Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Well,
It's
addict people first. The addiction, I feel like, was very, very intentional. And there's plenty of people who testified about all of that when, 10 years ago of like, yep, this is what these social media platforms, how we design them, what we design them to do. And, that was a dropping of the ball uh, 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 as a society and certainly congressionally of trying to undo some of that harm. But once you've got people so addicted to their phones and to their apps and into their games and whatever it might be, then you've got them. Then it's they'll believe anything they read. They can get swept up with emotion. And I had a friend that was sending me so much stuff um, a while back when there was a big event going on, and it was like, who are these people, and why are we listening to these people? I don't know who this person is that's coming and talking to me. So um, I think there's a hopefully in the center of the media landscape where you've got legacy media on one side and just rando influencers, Joe Rogan on the other end, and all folks like that you don't, like, especially there's all these women my age who are just, it's like, who is this person that's going from a vegan recipe to then try giving me some kind of tutorial on the justice system. It's mind blowing. But in the center somewhere, I think you've got the new stuff coming in. You've got the contrarian founded by people who know what they're doing. You've got ProPublica. You've got this stuff that you were just saying. I don't know what we can do to keep amplifying those specific, I don't know any of the word, but center
Yeah.
voices in the media, that where you've got people who are actually trained and disciplined in the craft of journalism, trained and disciplined in the craft of reporting, understand what it means to actually present a fact as opposed to an opinion, understand the difference between those two things, and can identify in real time when they're doing it, and shift gears back and forth. There's, Jim Acosta can do that. There's these people are trained in this. So
Yeah. I mean,
how
facts
do we
without
elevate all
context
of
are
that?
propaganda, right? Like without any context for understanding what a budget is. If you tell me that you spent $80,000 to send condoms to some place, well, if I don't understand that by doing that, you prevent an outbreak that has very direct impacts on the lives, not only of people there, but on the lives of people here, and that by doing it, you create goodwill that allows you to prevent a hostile military base from being established there, that is the smartest $80,000 you could have spent. But we get contextless information that serves to create the chaos that they want. And I think we've just got to start asking ourselves, anytime information is provided to us, who is this intended to make me hate and why? Right? Because if you ask that one question, it begins to unravel, the motive. Because sometimes the question is nobody. I'm not being told to hate anybody. But if it becomes clear, why would I be told that they're eating cats and they're eating dogs with no evidence? To what purpose does it serve? And you talked earlier about your nervous system calming down, and I think this is a muscle that we've got to actually cultivate within ourselves, because when you're in fight or flight, all of your creative centers, all of your judgment goes out the window, and they want you in a state of panic. They want you in a constant state of fear. But instead, listen, I will never call the airport in DC anything but national. I will never call the Gulf of
Amen.
Mexico anything but the Gulf of Mexico. I refuse when they say this is done and it is forever. I say, yeah, bullshit. Nope, it ain't. Right. And so we get to talk to them that way. And I think it's important that we do. And so instead of, oh no, they've destroyed the FBI, we're helpless, it's like, what would have been a better structure than that? And how can we build it? And we can just reject their imposition of tyranny for the same reasons that, we keep reading the manifesto from Andor, because it is brittle. It does leak.
It
It
leaks.
is fragile. It requires this. They spend so much time making us afraid, because when we're not afraid, we kind of see behind the curtain, and we see how, most people do not support what they are up to. But if they cow us into silence, into despair, then they can keep their puppet show going.